Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you are joining me at. It is now Boxing Day, and right where I am just now, I am looking out the window and I see snow falling. I'm wondering how your day was. Did Santa come for you? Did Santa give you an amazing day? What kind of day did you have? Did you celebrate Christmas? Was it a day that had a meaningful day for you? Or was it a day that just went by just like any other day? For some people, they were saying to me, it was a day where I celebrated the true meaning of Christmas. For some people, they were saying it's just a festival day where I had family and friends together and we exchanged gifts. For some people, they were saying, well, it is a day that I do get to share time with family and friends. We don't necessarily do gifts. And other people, they celebrate Christmas for children. And then there are, of course, people who don't necessarily have people in their lives that they meet up with. They maybe spend time on their own, and not everyone finds that a bad thing. You know, there are people that do enjoy just being in their own space, in their own place, and chilling out and relaxing. It's when it's a time where you feel cut off from the festivities, when you don't feel part of, that's when it can be a difficult time. Any festival, whether it's Diwali, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's Christmas, when there's a time of celebration, we want to feel part of, included and involved. Whatever you did for Christmas, and of course in some parts of the world, Christmas is shared on the 6th of January, so it's still to come, and Santa still has his job to do. So whatever you do at any festival, as long as you're taking care of you, celebrating it in a way where you're being mindful of you and your own self-care and reaching out to people around you and making sure that if you are on your own, that you are taking care of those automatic thoughts that we've talked about before. It's what we do with our negative thinking that matters, remember. We point our brain and our mind to whatever we want to think. If we make the most of the time we have, we can use it as a time for reflection, a time for looking at what we have accomplished, and what we are wanting to still achieve. For me, I had a lovely day. I had a day where I celebrated it with my loved ones. As I say right now, I'm looking outside the window and I'm seeing snow falling. And I'm enjoying the view of that. And at some point I might go out for a walk, wrap up well, and I might get some fresh air. I'm just wondering whether or not I want to go out in the cold. But I think it would be a good idea to get some fresh air. Often we overindulge. And this year we did, but not to the extent we have done. We made a decision not to overindulge as much as we have done. We said to each other that we would be mindful of that. And I think it's important that you do what feels right for you. Because at this time of year, for many of us, we can feel a lot of pressure when there are birthdays, celebrations, festival times, to indulge, to spend money we don't have, when ultimately what it really is about, it's actually connecting with people you love, making the time, sharing the time, and finding the time for each other. Sharing memories, maybe taking some photographs, and being able to have fun. Yesterday, we had a cheesecake, and my sister had said, it's got to be used up. And she cut a size of a cheesecake that was probably a portion for about 3 people. And I couldn't stop laughing. And I said, I'll eat some of it and keep the rest of it for later. And I ended up going back in the fridge because there was no way I could eat the portion she gave me. I made the soup. Now, I'm known for the soup that I make. I make good soup. And transporting the soup from where I am over to where we were all congregating and getting together, that was a feat in itself, I have to tell you. And I have to say that people were laughing when I was coming in with this soup because I was determined I wasn't going to spill most of it. Because every time I bring the soup over, it's like, oh, the soup, I want to make sure the soup comes together. And this year, I was really pleased that soup did survive. We all have our stories, don't we, of what happens throughout times when we get together. And often it doesn't work out exactly as we thought, but that's what makes it unique. And sometimes it can be even better than we imagined, and that's what it makes it unique. Sharing those memories and those thoughts, because we never know what the next year brings. And it's really important to be in the moment and be fully present. And what did you do? What did you share? We watched a movie together. I wonder what you did for the day. Whether you were on your own, whether you were with a group of family, friends, neighbours, whether you went out for a walk, whether you did a hobby or an interest, had some quiet time. How did you pass the day? I shared some memories with you. I'm looking forward to what comes up for 2023. It's a year that's going to be a challenging year for many of us. But it's a year that pulling together, being creative, and understanding that challenge isn't necessarily a bad thing. Challenge allows us to dig deep into our resources. So I wonder what your plans are for 2023. Are you looking ahead and looking forward? So remember, you can contact me and step up cmg@xln.co.uk. Any subjects, any topics you want to reach out to on. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Anything you want to share, if you're wanting to talk about something in particular, then drop me a line. I can keep you confidential and we can talk around the subject. Look forward to hearing from you. Take good care and thank you for joining me this day. Wherever you're joining me from at whatever time, good to talk with you. So this is CMG Talk. I'm Catherine Gallagher. Let's talk soon.